Hey guys, this is Miguel with Nashville Renegade. Today I'm working on my very first modification for my Jeep Wrangler Willys, and believe it or not, I just had it for about 2 weeks or so. So I haven't done anything to it other than just a couple things on the interior. You know, nothing serious. Just this one already came with it, but just a screen protector, and then I think. Yeah, I think I did, I put the rocker plastic things that keep it from chipping, other than that I haven't done anything to the Jeep, so it is still as I bought it. So today I am installing a shelf that is gonna go here. It's the vector shelf, so it's the only one that I found that it was tall enough that will clear the fridge. This is the APL 55 IceCo fridge, and as far as I can tell, the vector shelf is gonna mount somewhere in the frame, but it's gonna stick out about this much, so it's about 25 inches, and that should give me plenty of space for also my dog. Just cut it here. So we got all the bolts and some brackets. And so these two guys are the brackets that are gonna mount on the roll bars, I think. Everything looks very well packaged, so Alright, so these guys I think are the other shelves that mount onto the Jeep. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the part that mounts. This part mounts onto the Jeep, the top of the Jeep, the bottom part of the top of the Jeep, where the bolts secure the top. So I think that's what it is. Move these guys out of the way. This is the shelf. Okay, we get those. So I have taken the one in the middle and the one closest to the seats on both sides. I have left that one there. You can see both sides on the back are still there. So the next thing we're gonna do, guys, is gonna bring the bracket. You can see the long arm or the long piece of steel sticking out is towards the driver, towards the front seat, and then you're gonna align the holes on top of the Jeep top, and then you're gonna place those bolts back in there. But do not over tighten it, do not tighten them all the way up, because you still have to move the shelf to make it so you're able to adjust and put the shelf in and put all the bolts before you tighten up everything else. Actually, just a little bit more tighter, just to make sure it's not super loose. But I still have some play, okay? So make sure you got some play, so when you put the shelf, then you're able to put the bolts in there once you have the shelf sitting up here, you're gonna put the bolts in between, and then once you get all the bolts in, you can adjust the shelf. So we're gonna put this one now. The next step, guys, is we're gonna bring the shelf, and we're gonna be using 6 bolts with the washer and the nuts. Okay, so we're gonna be using those to tighten up and to put the shelf first before we tighten everything up. So it looks like I got a wrong size, shorter one. Okay, so we're gonna bring it. So I'm gonna bring the shelf and place it here. I'm gonna see if I can put it on top of this while I put the 6 bolts. So 3 bolts on each side. So you can see 1, 2, 3. So each in each side, 3 in each side. And then once we put those bolts, we're gonna just get them as tight as we can without getting super tight. And then I think we're gonna move on to the bracket on the side. As you can see, it's a little tight. It barely fits in there. So make sure you have the logo to the back. That way the bolts align, the holes align with where the bolts are gonna go. See right here, I'm gonna see if I can align this thing. Okay, so bring the hole. Okay, now I'm gonna put a washer. And put a nut. Okay, so that keeps it from moving too much. At least, you know. All right, right there, it should be good. All right, so I'm gonna finish all these 3, do the same thing, and I'm gonna get them as tight as I can. Well, not. So I'm gonna finish all those 6 bolts, and I'm gonna get them a little tight before I keep working with the final bracket that's gonna go here. Next thing is we're gonna be installing this little reinforcement brackets that basically go right here. You're gonna need 2 bolts, 1 on each side. Show you on this, probably easier. So it goes like this. You can see it lines up with the hole, and then you're gonna use 1 here, 1 on this side, and you're gonna secure that. So you're gonna do both sides, 1 here and 1 right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be mounting this bracket as it is, 1 on each side, and you're gonna use the short bolt on the left side that is gonna go in the back here. So you're gonna put another washer, another nut, luck nut, and then kind of let it kind of hang a little bit for now. So you're gonna grab this bracket It's gonna mount basically like this, and we're gonna use one of these bolts that is a little bit longer, so you can reach through both layers, both brackets, into the back of the shelf, and then you can put the nut. On this side, you're gonna be using the black bolts that they provided you. They basically mount on the frame of the roll bar. This is the part that's gonna go there, where the other bracket's gonna mount. Just like that. On the back, this bracket is gonna mount to the roll bar. It's basically gonna be mounted. It's gonna be mounted to this bolt right here, and then this one right here, and that's where these bolts go, right there. Okay. Now I don't like this exposed like that, so I'm gonna see if I can cover it before I put the bracket so I don't scratch the paint. Oh, I came up with this idea. I'm gonna use the foam. They came with the protection film. So let me just shine a little lower. So I'm gonna just cut a little piece that is gonna go basically where the frame or the bracket's gonna touch the roll bar frame. So just gonna trim a little bit, but basically you get the idea. So this, I'm just gonna make the holes where the bolts are gonna go through. That way this cushions the paint and I don't scratch it. So we're gonna be using these bolts. Okay. And then right now I'm just gonna put this bolt now. So we need the long one. Okay, so we got two small one, a small one and a long one. So we'll use the longer one. Put a washer. Put another washer in the back, and then the lock nut. You can see the foam sticking out here, but at least it's protecting the paint from the bracket, so I don't get a scratch, or at least I can minimize the scratch. But I think that'll do fine. I don't care about the looks, as long as it covers and it protects my, I can still come back with a knife and trim that a little bit and make it look prettier, but I think that'll do it. So this is, like I said, this is the little bracket that I told you, it goes in the corner. So you just need to, you know, first we're gonna have to level it up, and then after that then we can tighten up every single bolt. That way it's you know, it's nice and tight, and it won't move. So yeah, that's what we need to do, is finish up. I'm gonna mount the other side first. I'm gonna do that side first, and then I will start checking for levels, and then start tightening up every single bolt. Alright, so you can see, guys, I cut this one a little bit shorter or smaller, so it looks more flushed with the you know, with the, I guess you don't see as much, so I'm gonna trim that one. But it's basically ready to tighten up. All the bolts are mounted. You can see the two bolts right here that mount to the roll bar. Those just go in one location, so you know, you can move it up or down, whatever you want to adjust it. Once you put your level, you can figure out your level, but all it takes now to get this thing done is to tighten up every single bolt. So you got this one, the one that goes right behind the bracket, like right here, those two on the hold the bracket to the roll bar, 3 bolts in each side, and obviously finish up those guys over there. Well guys, that's basically it. I'm done with the installation. I'm just gonna show you a little bit, give you a little bit of a, I guess, a summary of what I've done. So we started by bringing those brackets, the mount to the top on the Jeep. So you can see the two bolts that go closer to the seat, the one in the middle. I did not touch the last one closer to the tailgate. So I mounted both brackets on each side first. You can see it's already been bolted down. So I put those first a little bit loose, and then after that I brought the tray, and then after I brought the tray I put those 3 bolts on each side loose so I could make it work. After that I put this little bracket, only one bolt, the one that goes right here, so this bolt first, and then I mounted this bracket onto the roll bar with 2 bolts right here. After these 2 bolts were in there, before I tightened everything up, okay, then I lifted the bracket and aligned it with this hole in the bracket. So there is the little bracket, the aluminum bracket in the middle, between this black bracket and the tray, and then the bolt went through it. So you can see both bolts have a washer and lock nuts. Same here. I put a little bit of foam in between so I don't scratch the paint of the roll bar with the bracket. This is just the foam that came with the package. I just got a little piece, and then after I had all the bolts aligned, I mean everything in there, then I started tightening up all the brackets. I started with the top because I know those are gonna be standard, so I started those, and then I secured this because this one really don't have much of it other than going up and down. So what I did is I just adjusted both to be to the specific same height, and then after that then I tighten up all the bolts, the rest of them. So the 6 on the tray, the 2 on the corner, and that's basically it. So from to the lowest point, which is in the center, I have 13 3/4 basically to the tray. But if you go to the very top, I got almost 15, and that's just, you know, basically going to the bottom of the tray, the inside, you got almost 16 inches. So here will be 14 3/4, and then from the ground of the Jeep, they say it's 25 inches, and I have 25 and a half, a little bit below the half. Okay, so you can see an APL 55 fits fine. I have about with the cover about 4 inches extra, so I'm fine. Next test is gonna be bring my dog inside and see how she feels on that little room. So we're gonna try to do that. Hey, she looks fine. Come here, baby. Take this thing off of me. We'll close this. Get back. All right, I'm liking this so far. So she fits okay. My dog is a full-size dog, you know, well, big, large, you know, breed, not a huge one, but it's a large. You can see how she's ducking in the front because there's really not much room. Come here, Liz. Come here. But she'll be okay. She can stick her head. So sometimes I drive around the city with the door open. So no bark. No bark. Come here. Come here. You okay there, Zelda? Come here. It's a little tight for her in the front. Yeah, you can barely see her face, but I think she'll be okay. Most of the time she's laying down. So, but yeah, now I'm gonna bring some boxes and see how it feels with the boxes around it. And just to show you how much room we still have up here, so these are the front runner Wolfpack, I think, boxes. And you can see how much clearance I still have here. It's about 8 inches to 10. Obviously this is a little smaller, but I still have, you can see how much distance, about 6 inches wide, and then all the way through. Once I get my tent out of there, I'll have more room there. I can store stuff behind the seat. My dog can have plenty of room to lay down because this is over my dog. Obviously staff, I can staff here like sleeping bags, pillows, anything like that that is not going to cause any serious pressure in between the glasses and the roll bars. I think it's gonna work. So guys, if you got any questions, just leave me a comment on the video. I hope that I can answer anything, help you. If you got any random questions, you know, sometimes you have an item that you want to see if it's gonna fit in there, and if I have it, I can give you a rough estimate whether it's gonna work or not. But I think this is gonna work for me for now. We're gonna try to make the two-door Jeep work for us, and then you know, go camping. We're gonna be camping in the next couple weeks. So as soon as I get my roof rack on top of the Jeep, I can bring my tent up there, and I will possibly be getting a couple of storage boxes, like a Pelican or something, because the current one that I have, the Romco box, is too large that it will not clear the garage door. So I have to find out something that can make it work. I think I can still fit my gas can up there, my 4-gallon gas can with my Rotopax plate, and possibly the water tanks on top of the gas. So I can make that one work for now, and then the tent obviously, and it's just the storage for an extra box. So I might look into different options to see what I can come up with. So please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, like I said, just leave it in the comments, and then I'll see you in the next video. This is Miguel, Nasco Renegade. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.